change your dang oil. Changing your oil is probably the most cost-effective thing you can do to a car. Junkyards are filled with millions of engines owned by lazy people who didn't change their oil. If you warm the car up just a little bit, it should get that oil flowing out of the plug. Once you take that plug out, go ahead and jack it up and put it on a jack stand. We're going. Now just locate the drain plug, which will be at the bottom of the oil pan, or the bottom side of the oil pan in this case, and loosen it up and get some kind of drain bucket to catch it all. This is a 5-quart engine, so it's going to be a little bit more than this coffee can, but I have another one ready. Now, I just dump the plug into the bucket when I get it all out. You don't have to do this if you don't want to reach your hand in there and get it. Some of these plugs are magnetized, and that magnet will pick up any metal shavings at the bottom of the engine, and you want to know this to know what kind of shape the inner workings of the engine are, and that nothing is being destroyed. Now while that's draining, we're going to move a little further to the front of the car and locate the oil filter. I'm using a filter wrench here, but you can use a big pair of channel locks. Just don't squeeze it too hard. These things are really soft. And you just want to break it loose, and then you can take the rest off with your hand. This is from the drain plug up a little closer to the back, and you can see it's still coming out of there, and it's pretty dirty, so I'm going to try to get every last drop out of this engine. Now would be a good time to take a break and go take a nap and drink a beer and do whatever you got to do. People put off changing their oil because, number one, they can't see the damage that not changing it is doing. And number two, they think it's difficult when it's really easy. Anybody can do it. And number three, people don't want to deal with salespeople at these oil change places. So these things are really counterproductive. And that price that they have out there on the sign is their break-even price. That'll pay for labor and cost and stuff. But all the gravy is in whatever they can sell you, and they all try to sell you belts and wiper blades and higher grade oil, and the list goes on and on and on, hoses. And so, the point is, nobody wants to deal with that. A lot of people don't like saying no to salespeople. Some people feel guilty for not getting a $90 oil change. And they just, you know, they go away with a bad feeling, and nobody wants to spend their day feeling bad, so they avoid it and they procrastinate and they put it on. A lot of people just don't want to get greasy and dirty. Other people think it's some difficult thing that they need special knowledge to do, and the fact is it's really easy. So if I can do anything with this video, I want to assure you that anybody can do it. A big percentage of American people are really bad about this. We tend not to fix anything until it's broken. But when you're talking about a broken engine, it's a whole new ballgame. Wound up, no better. No sound, no better. Got oil all over the driveway. Got all dirty. Yuck! Wasted my dang time and wasted my dang money. Could have got me a triple burger. Yeah, it's definitely preventative maintenance. That's hard to say. Preventative maintenance. It's part of life, man. Sucking up capital. Unfortunately, this plug is not magnetic, but later on I'll run that oil through 2 or 3 paint filters and just check it out real good. And now it's time to clean it up and spin it back on and go ahead and tighten it up. You're supposed to fill these filters up with oil before you put them back on, and you should put a little bit of oil around the seal to make a perfect seal. The problem with that is this filter goes on sideways and you have to kind of snake it up around the steering linkage to get it to start. If I fill this all the way up to the top and then try to snake it on sideways, it's just going to, you know, most of it's just going to spill right out on the ground. Or at least half of it, and I'm going to make a mess. So it's an issue, and I'm still going to put oil in there, but I'm only going to fill it about 1/3 of the way up. I'm already making enough of a mess. And you'll see the oil down there settling down. And, you know, that's better than nothing. 1/3 is better than 0. You don't want to start the car dry with oil. So I'm going to turn the engine a couple times without actually starting it and just try to get more oil in here before I turn the engine over. And I got this on sale at the dollar store for I think it was $3.75 each. And it was the last 5 quarts they had, and it looked good to me, so, you know, you probably can't beat that deal. Nowadays, oil's not cheap, and neither are these filters. I'll put a little more in there, because it'll settle down. You fill it up, and it takes a little while to settle down because it has to get through the actual filter. But the drain plug's on, and the next step is put this filter on, and then the following step is just to fill it up with oil. Carefully. You don't want to go over. You don't want to blow a seal or anything. So we're going to put probably, I don't know, 4 quarts in, and then we'll start it and let that settle through the engine, and then we'll check it, and then we'll just keep on adding a little bit until it's at the right level, and that'll be that. I don't have any brand loyalty to Castrol oil, but I do to Fram filters, but it might not be what you think it is. Fram puts this like plastic coating on it, and it's like dull plastic coating, and it makes it easy to write on it with a Sharpie. When these other filter companies, their filters are all shiny and real bright, and it's impossible to write on them. It's just going to wear out. So with Fram, the writing lasts longer, and the reason that's important is because this is where I put my name on the filters, the mileage of the car when I change the filter, and the date. And this way I just look up under the car and figure out when I last changed the oil. Although the mileage is the most important part, because I might drive this car 5 miles in the next 6 months, where I might drive it 50,000 miles. And normally I write on these before I put the filter actually back in the car, but in this case I couldn't find the tighten point on it, and I didn't want to put it in 2 or 3 times to figure it out. You know, I just didn't know where that filter was going to stop to be able to just look up under the car and see the mileage when I last changed the oil. So you just saw an oil change for the Lincoln Town Car, but I got a video coming up on an oil change for a Chevy Silverado. I like to end my videos with words of wisdom that stay with the viewer, because I'm wiser than anybody. That's why all these women always wanting to be getting in my pants. There's more to me than that. Just remember, at the end of the day, it's a cold, cruel world out there. You on your own, brother, because nobody gives a shit about nobody. No one knows us like to be wise man. To be a wise man. Cut. Better end this dang video before I get upset. No one knows what it's like to be a wise man. I hope YouTube likes this video.